Hello friends. Today I have collected the hottest news of the day for you. Do not forget to slap a like, and we drove. Pep Guardiola left his top scorer on the bench as City were held to a goalless draw in Copenhagen in a game dominated by VAR decisions. Manchester City's perfect start to the Champions League was halted with a surprising goalless draw in Copenhagen. The pressure that had already piled on Max Allegri increased tenfold in Israel as Juventus were beaten 2-0 by Maccabi Haifa in the Champions League. FIFA has announced it will pay almost £190 million to clubs around the world with players at the World Cup, as part of its club benefits program. According to The Athletic, Chelsea will complete the signing of Ajax midfielder Edson Alvarez in the next transfer window. Chelsea owner Todd Boehly is reportedly taking a page out of Liverpool and Manchester City's transfer policies by laying out the foundations of transfers before the window opens. It's do or die for Barcelona on Wednesday evening. Defeat against Inter would bring an end to their Champions League campaign, and Xavi is fully aware of the size of the fixture at Camp Nou. Speaking ahead of the game, the Barca boss said, "It's a final for us. We're in an uncomfortable situation, but we'll give it all. They will have to suffer." Julio Cesar backs Inter to channel 2010 Mourinho spirit and frustrate Barcelona in crunch Champions League clash. Manchester City have emerged as strong candidates in the race to sign Borussia Dortmund midfielder Jude Bellingham. The 19-year-old has previously been linked with Liverpool and Real Madrid, but City have been handed a boost in their pursuit of the midfielder with the help of former Dortmund teammate Erling Haaland. Haaland has allegedly tried to convince Bellingham to join City, claims Sky Sports reporter Dharmesh Sheth. According to El Nacional, Bayern Munich is leading the race for Bayer Leverkusen starlet Florian Wirtz. Wirtz is touted as the next big German talent, already being compared with the likes of previous Bayer Leverkusen graduates Julian Brandt and Kai Havertz. Real Madrid are also looking to sign Wirtz, however the report states that Bayern Munich are favourites. According to Football London, Arsenal are looking to sign Lazio midfielder Sergej Milinkovic-Savic next summer to reinforce their midfield. Milinkovic-Savic is reportedly being monitored by many clubs, including Arsenal's rivals Manchester United. In order to sign him from Lazio, a team will have to dish out £65.8 million. As per El Nacional, Real Madrid's renewal talks with Vinicius Jr. have stalled due to his high salary demands. Vinicius wants to be the highest paid member of the squad, surpassing Eden Hazard, and won't sign a new deal until his demands are met. He is reportedly using an offer from PSG to sign him for free when his contract expires in 2024 to ensure Real Madrid meet his salary demands. The new Ruben Dias on Man United and Real Madrid's transfer radar. The 18-year-old defender has burst onto the scene this season and is now being tipped by some to make Portugal's squad for the World Cup. Liverpool's injury issues show no sign of subsiding, with Joel Matip and Trent Alexander-Arnold set to be missing for at least 2 weeks. Both men were forced off during the Reds' last Premier League outing at Arsenal after picking up knocks, and Goal can confirm that they are set to sit out important Champions League and Premier League clashes with Rangers and Manchester City. Paris Saint-Germain's de facto sporting director Luis Campos has denied claims that Kylian Mbappe has asked to leave the club in January. Campos' own future had been thrown into doubt by reports on Tuesday, but he insisted he would not be going anywhere. "I have a 3-year contract with PSG and I am very happy in this house," he said. Nathan Ake is very happy to still be a Manchester City player after seeing a £45 million, $50 million, return to Chelsea speculated on over the summer. Ake has said of remaining at the Etihad Stadium, "I'm very happy to be at Man City and I'm happy that I stayed here in the summer. I was never worried about competition." Barcelona and Spanish football legend, Andres Iniesta, is contemplating a return to Barcelona. The 38-year-old Vissel Kobe midfielder aims to continue in Japan for another year before returning to Spain. "I would love to return to Barca. It is my home, but I still don't know in what way, head coach, sporting director or something like that," Iniesta tells Gazzetta. United legend Roy Keane has opted for Graham Potter and Thomas Frank ahead of Erik ten Hag while picking his top 3 Premier League managers. Keane has chosen to snub ten Hag while picking his top 3 current Premier League managers and has instead crowned eternal rivals Manchester City's Guardiola is the best of the lot. He has even picked former Brighton manager and current Chelsea head coach Graham Potter and Brentford's Thomas Frank as potentially better candidates than ten Hag. Milan's head coach expressed his shock over Tomori being sent off just 18 minutes into their Champions League clash with Chelsea for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, when he tugged at Mason Mount's shirt. Speaking post-match, he explained, "I just asked the referee whether VAR was working properly. "I don't believe it was the referee's best evening tonight, that is without a doubt." Reece James posted on social media to say, "Fingers crossed it's not a bad one," after he went off injured in Chelsea's 2-0 win over AC Milan in the Champions League. James will face scans to assess the damage to his knee, which England manager Gareth Southgate will be nervously waiting for. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp criticises officials' decision-making during Premier League defeat to Arsenal. Two controversial refereeing decision went against Liverpool in Sunday's 3-2 defeat to Arsenal, and it later emerged Bukayo Saka may have been offside in the build-up to Gabriel Martinelli's opener. Klopp: "The right ref decisions would have been helpful, to be 100% honest." Shakhtar Donetsk were denied a memorable win over Real Madrid as Antonio Rudiger scored a stoppage-time equalizer in their Champions League Group F match in Warsaw. Plus, Juventus crashed to their third group defeat as they lose 2-0 away to Maccabi Haifa. Paris Saint-Germain and Benfica remain locked together at the top of Group H following a 1-1 draw. Jude Bellingham scores as Borussia Dortmund fight back to draw with Sevilla. England captain Harry Kane will wear one love armband at Qatar World Cup even if FIFA prohibits it. The FA announced in September England will wear a rainbow captain's armband during the tournament as part of an anti-discrimination initiative, and in support of the LGBTQ+ community. Julen Lopetegui has turned down the chance to take over as manager of Wolves, says Spanish football expert Guillem Balagué. The 56-year-old met with the Premier League side's chairman Jeff Shee over the vacant manager's job at Molineux following the sacking of Bruno Lage. Lopetegui's father is not well and that played a part in his decision. Celtic's hopes of Champions League progress are over after their profligacy was punished in a frustrating home defeat by RB Leipzig. Leipzig showed the ruthless edge Celtic lacked with late goals from Timo Werner and substitute Emil Forsberg. It leaves the Scottish champions bottom with 1 point from 4 games. Midfielder John Lundstram says the Ibrox crowd will need to be brave when Rangers host Liverpool in the Champions League on Wednesday. Rangers lost 2-0 at Anfield in the reverse fixture and are yet to score or take a point from any of their 3 matches to sit bottom of Group A. Max Allegri maintains Juventus do not have a technical or tactical issue. This team lacks heart and passion. They're going into a training retreat, but the coach never considered handing in his resignation. This was a must-win game for the Bianconeri, but instead it was probably their worst performance of the season so far. There was no sense of urgency, no quality, no tactical intelligence and no organization on show, as they let in crosses repeatedly even before the opening goal. Benfica midfielder João Mario says Neymar is annoying as hell after his side held Paris Saint-Germain to a draw for the second time in a week. Neymar failed to score against Benfica over 2 legs in the Champions League but certainly made an impression on the players of the Eagles. His ability, as well as his persona on the pitch, was central to Mario's verdict of the Brazilian superstar as the two teams shared the points once again at the Parc des Princes on Tuesday night. Bayern's Pavard still on Chelsea radar. According to German outlet Sport Bild, Premier League club Chelsea are still considering making a move for Bayern Munich defender Benjamin Pavard next summer if he does not extend his contract at the Allianz Arena. Pavard, 26, was tracked by a number of European clubs this past summer but opted to stay put with the Bundesliga champions. Both Man United and Chelsea were reportedly eyeing a swoop for the Frenchman as they sought to boost their defensive options. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that videos are released every day. Until tomorrow.